Long ago in ancient China, there was a beast called Nian. It had long horns on its head, sharp teeth, and a fierce appearance with glaring eyes. It was extremely ferocious. Nian lived in the depths of the sea all year round, but on New Year's Eve, it would climb ashore to devour livestock and harm people. Therefore, every New Year's Eve, people from every village and hamlet would flee to the mountains with their families to escape the beast's attacks. On this particular New Year's Eve, the villagers of Peach Blossom Village were fleeing to the mountains with their elderly and children. An old beggar came from outside the village. He leaned on a walking stick, with a bag slung over his arm. His white beard flowed gracefully, and his eyes were bright like stars. The villagers were in a panic. Some were sealing their windows and doors, some were packing their belongings, and others were herding their cattle and sheep. There was shouting and chaos everywhere. In such a situation, who would pay attention to the old beggar? Only an old woman living at the eastern end of the village gave him some food and advised him to hurry to the mountains, to avoid the Nian beast. The old man stroked his beard and laughed, saying, "If you let me stay in your house for one night, I will definitely drive the Nian beast away." The old woman looked at him carefully. He had a youthful appearance despite his white hair, and he seemed spirited and extraordinary. However, she continued to persuade him, but the old man just smiled without speaking. Finally, the old woman had no choice but to leave her home and flee to the mountains. In the middle of the night, the Nian beast entered the village. It noticed that the atmosphere was different from previous years. At the old woman's house in the east of the village, the door was decorated with red paper, and the house was brightly lit. The Nian beast shuddered and let out a strange cry. It glared at the old woman's house for a while, then roared and lunged forward. As it approached the door, there was a sudden loud crackling sound from within the courtyard. The Nian beast trembled all over and dared not go any further. It turned out that the Nian beast was terrified of red, firelight, and loud noises. At that moment, the old woman's door swung open, and an old man dressed in a red robe appeared, laughing heartily. The Nian beast was utterly terrified and fled in a panic. The next day was the first day of the Lunar New Year. When the villagers who had fled returned, they were amazed to find the village unharmed. The old woman then realized what had happened and quickly told the villagers about the old beggar's promise. The villagers all rushed to the old woman's house and saw the red paper on the door, the unburned bamboo still crackling in the courtyard, and the red candles still glowing inside. Overjoyed, the villagers put on new clothes and hats and visited their relatives and friends to offer their greetings. This story quickly spread to the surrounding villages, and people learned how to drive away the Nian beast. Since then, every New Year's Eve, families would paste red couplets, set off firecrackers, light candles, and stay up late to welcome the new year. On the first day of the new year, people would visit each other to offer their best wishes.